Good afternoon folks, and welcome. This is not a project, in fact this is actually not mine at all. This belongs to my friend Mike, and basically what it is, some of you will have guessed already, if you know your old televisions. This is a chassis from a television receiver type Pye V4. They did two versions of this. One of them was modified with a tuner that could receive ITV, and this one was just, I believe this was BBC only, I don't know. It says station selection here. Set pointer to appropriate station by rotating thumb wheel above. Right, and that's obviously the aerial socket. And I'll try and talk a bit about this, but I don't know a great deal about it. And that's what you term for station selector. And I don't know whether I've just disturbed that, because I don't want to do anything to this because it works. So I don't want to ruin it in any way. But the reason why it's here, because believe it or not, as rusty as this looks, Mike's actually got this working. Because that's what his that's what his job was. He was a TV engineer, and he repaired this sort of stuff on a day-to-day basis when it was new, back in the 50s. And the reason why it's here is it's not even here for me to talk about it. The reason why it's here is because it's basically it's got two of these sets, and this is the bad one out of the two. So basically what he's doing, because the scan coils were all rotten and they were fucked, but he did get the chassis working. This is working anyway. So what he's doing is building. We managed to get a television from Jay, very kindly from Jay at Jay's Vintage Junk. Thanks very much for that, Jay, for helping Mike out. And basically what we're doing, we're going to make a replica in wood. Basically, well, not a replica. What we're going to, that's the wrong word, I think. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make a plinth. I'm going to make a plinth to the dimensions of this, so that it can be fitted into the cabinet, and then we can fit the new chassis that Mike's going to be putting in. Because as far as I'm concerned, to do a job you've got to do it right. And you know, there's no point just throwing a modern telly into an old cabinet. He's doing the electronics because he can do that, and I'm doing the woodwork side of it because I can do that. And if he needs any help with the electronics, I can pitch in there as well. And between the two of us, we'll get the job done, as they say. But you know, I don't really have any interest in this, but it's only here for the purposes of measuring. But I thought it might make an interesting. Let's have a look at the other side of it. I thought the other side's quite clean, and let's see if I can spot any of his replaced work. And I don't know when he last had this plugged in, so there's a capacitor he's replaced there. Let me put it down on the bench. There we go. Let's see if I can see what he's done, because he hasn't shown me what he's done in this. Zoom in for you good folks at home. There we go. Right, well, let me get something to point. So a bit thinner. Right, well, he's replaced this capacitor here. He's replaced these two yellow ones here. Oh, he's replaced this one here, because they're all new. And if that's all he's replaced, then that's not bad. And here's one for you Americans, in honour of your president. Oh, sorry, it was a bit shallow, that one, but still, no man, I'll do my best next time. And you know, this is typical of old tellies. It's full of resistors and capacitors and well, valves. But well, you know, there's only a couple of valves in this that it's forgotten to take out. I mean, we've got that there, and I bet that carries some bloody voltage. You know, I'm being careful where I put my hands, because like I say, I don't know how long it is since he had this powered up. And I got an electric shock yesterday, no, Tuesday. I don't fancy another one. Anyway, so, you know, that's basically what this is. It's a Pye V4, and it's still got numbers on it here. It's got 261 on it there, 268. Don't know what those numbers mean, if anything. We've got a transformer down here. That's probably, well, to be honest, folks, because I don't know old tellies, I'm not going to start trying to identify things in here. All I know is that when this is on, it can be very dangerous. Now, we'll let you have a look at the back panel. The back panel, all underneath this box here that I do now, just put it on the bench. And there's the back panel there, there's your fuses and your controls that would never be touched by the customer, mainly by the engineer. And this box here, I will try and explain. This is where your line stage is generated, or if you're in America, your flyback. And there's no valves in it apart from I think there's one or two inside here. Yeah, I can see one or two in there, and there's a couple behind this shield here. Oh, and there's one there that is left in. You took all the valves out because I think the valves are in the other set. But basically what the job is, and listen to this. Can you hear that? Do you know what that is? That is a good old-fashioned proper on-off switch. And look at that at the end. That end stop on the volume. And then that would be your brightness. We would love to use these controls. We're going to use the knobs, the actual thumb wheels. We're going to use those. Hello? Yeah, bear with me. I'll be back in a minute, folks. Yeah, I was just summoned by my neighbour upstairs, asking if I could take her shopping up for her. She's like 88. Anyway, so I took shopping up. Anyway, but what we're going to do, I'm going to make a wooden plinth based on this, so that we can mount the modern TV into the cabinet. And he's going to put a Freeview box and stuff in, so I'll leave him to work all out. Unless he needs a hand, then I'll give him a hand with it. But yeah, he shouldn't have any problem. He's a very good electronics engineer, is Mike. He shouldn't have any problem. Oh, look at this one. I'll have to remind him of this. He's left a cunt capacitor there. That's a Hunts, or cunts as we used to call them. Surprised that he hasn't shifted that. Oh well, never mind. And it's cracked. Yeah, it's cracked. It's got a crack in it as well. Yeah. Yeah, mind you, so's my ex-missus. It doesn't mean to say she don't fucking work though. Anyway. Yes. Anyway, this is not for me to do anything with. This is just for me to use as a template, really. I'm not going to disturb anything or do anything with this. I mean, I don't do old tellies anyway. I'll leave that for people that are. The only thing I will take off that we will use is these brackets here that hold the switch, hold the knobs on, hold the controls. We'll take them off and use those. Because they're good and sturdy, and what I'll do, I won't screw them onto the new plinth. I'll actually nut and bolt them so they're good and sturdy and they ain't going to move, and we'll bring the wires to them, you see, from the chassis. But that's Mike's department. That's his job, and that's pretty much it, folks. I just thought I'd give you a quick look at what a 1950s television chassis looks like. I mean, it didn't look like this one. You know, I mean, a purist would rub this down and would strip this down completely and sandblast it. But Mike's not going to do that. There's every chance he's never ever going to use this again anyway. But it's interesting, you see the different metals in it, you know, how looking at the rust. I mean, there's no rust on the capacitors because they're aluminium. The rivets are all aluminium. These shafts that the controls are on, they're aluminium. And, you know, there's some stainless screws in here, stainless clip. That could be stainless. No, it can't, it's got rust on it. The screws certainly could, because they're not that rusty. But, you know, there we go. And that's your look at the Pye. That's your look at the Pye V4. Black and white, or to give it its correct term, monochrome television chassis from... Does that actually turn that? Or is it just... Ah, fuck it. Yeah, I would imagine it does. But that would have had a knob on the front like these. Similar to these for adjusting it, but obviously it's been lost to the sands of time probably, or to the guy who might got it. He might have had it for one that he's got. Anyway, that's a different matter. Anyway, folks, I'm going to end this little video here. It's just a little information one, just to give you a quick look at this chassis. The next project is going to be a B&O Biocentre 2200, I think it is, which I've got from Jay at Jay's Vintage Junk. I wouldn't normally because there's no pickup with it, but I got a really good deal from him, so you know, it's because I got a good deal from him, it's worth having a go. You know, the fact that it was a sweet deal, it made it worthwhile. So you know, I won't keep it, but you know, I will certainly try and get it working. But that's the next project, audio wise, for us to get into. Pardon me for yawning, folks. I don't know why I'm yawning. I'm not even tired. I know I am, though. I need a brew, or maybe a glass of milk. Anyway, folks, listen, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this little look, as I say, this little look at this old television chassis. And you know, I know I can't do it justice, because I honestly, folks, I'll be honest, I don't know a lot about it. So all I know is that's flyback. There should be valves dotted around here. I've never messed with old tellies, not this age. I think that these here, just turn it round. We won't go just yet. I'll have another quick fanny about for a minute. Oh, pardon me. Ooh, that sounded a bit wet, didn't it, folks? A bit of a wet fucker there. I think I might have to go and check my trolleys. And these here, Mike's put that there, put them wires behind there. They're scan coil. I know that because he's just chopped them off. Or saying that, He could be scan coil as well, but I don't think so. I think these are. But I have actually got the circuit on this, so I could check it, but I'm not going to, because in all honesty it doesn't mean that much to me to do that. I don't want to. I don't want to get involved with it that far, but as I say, this has just been dropped off for me to make the plinth that's needed to mount the replacement chassis, and we're going to do videos on that. I'm not sure, I won't do a video on making the plinth. I mean, anybody that paid or didn't pay attention in woodwork at school can put one of them together, but when we're actually doing the set, we've got it all, you know, I will take the camera on location, and I will actually do some videos of it being done, and talk you through it as much as I can, and Mike will do the same, and then we'll show you the finished product display in a picture. You know, and get these pots on the front working, but we need to find the correct values. We can't use these; they're not the right ones, so we can't use them. Yeah. Which is a shame, really. It would have been nice if we could have used these potentiometers, but we can't, because they're a different value. Because I spoke to Mike about it on Tuesday, and he said no. So there we go, and he knows. Because he knows these things better than me, certainly. Anyway, folks, thank you very much for watching, and more to come later. Bye for now. Well, I told you about my up-and-coming project, didn't I? The Bang & Olufsen Biocentre. Yeah, that's hopefully. Jay said if he gets a bit of spare time tomorrow afternoon, then he'll try and pop it in, and he'll obviously have a cup of coffee with me as well. He always does, which I don't mind. It's nice to sit and have a chat. I like Jay. I think he's a cool guy. You know, and there we go. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching, and more to come later.